Delta 2064, Hornet football 27 right clear for takeoff. Delta 20.
All right, welcome guys to the podcast. I got my good friend Charlie31 here.
Good afternoon.
All right, so first I want to introduce myself. My name's Tyler, and this is my wonderful co-host Charlie31. You guys know him from his YouTube channel, from the Charlie31 channel. So
Yep, gate C31, gate Charlie 31.
So, all right, let's get right into the video. So, oh, hold on. Forgot to switch over the sound
All
of the
good.
Discord. All right, let's reintroduce ourselves again because I had to switch over the sound on my application audio. So I'm Tyler. This is my wonderful co-host Charlie31, and
Good afternoon, everybody. Charlie 31. I've got a YouTube channel, Gate C31 on YouTube. Check it out. We do some good flying out there. I fly with Captain Jack Flight Sim, as well as Bravo 737. We do some Thursday night flying. We've flown with our buddy Tyler here a few times. Been a lot of fun. Great time out there. So if you ever want to stop by, that's Gate C31.
all right, let's get started. First off, we have we're gonna show a video here. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see it as well. Or let me see if it's on my. Actually, I gotta switch to my other monitor.
Copy.
If I can. Hold on. Uh, Trying to find my monitor that it's on. Hold on. Okay, screen 2. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, I guess I can't do it full screen. I will do that. Try it again. Okay, now it should show it. All right, guys, we're gonna get to the. I don't know why it's doing that. You think I can send you the video link and you can play it?
Let's see. Let me do this and we will in Discord. If you just wanted to, yep, there we go.
All right.
And let's see. Let's see what we got here.
I'm gonna send a link to the ATC audio with it after we
No, I have
watch
it.
that.
So, let's see what we got here.
Okay.
All right, give me just a second, Tyler. I'll get it set up. So I will share my screen.
All right.
And here we go.
Scare after a pilot suffered a medical emergency with nearly 70 people on board a commercial flight from New Jersey to Canada.
Pilot is incapacitated. Aircraft is being flown by the co-pilot.
Air Canada Flight 7664 had just taken off from Newark Airport when the pilot suffered a medical episode. Rodney McDonald was on the plane and says there was a sudden jolt.
The plane started swerving violently. Within a few moments, one of the flight attendants entered the cockpit frantically, and a few moments later, he was dragging one of the pilots out of the cockpit.
McDonald says the pilot appeared out of control, convulsing on the floor.
It was a fairly strenuous 40 minutes of keeping him down and using as many seatbelts as we could to restrain his legs, arms, and chest.
According to Air Canada, the co-pilot quickly took control of the aircraft and was diverted to Boston, EMS attending to the pilot, wheeling him away from the plane and into an ambulance. And what a harrowing moment for everybody on board. We are told that travel arrangements were made for passengers affected by this. However, at this time, we do not know the condition of that pilot who received medical treatment. Michael.
Yeah, Faith, we can only hope that he is okay. Thank you so much for that.
It seems really scary. That kind of seemed really scary for all those passengers, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, ultimately working in the industry, we have a lot of events like that. I'm not going to speculate on what happened or anything like that, but as you saw there, they got the aircraft on the ground, got it clear to the runway, and then appropriate fire, EMS, and police presence was there, got that individual taken care of. So most of the big airports are going to have a great response to a situation like this. It's unfortunate when a pilot suffers a medical incident, but yeah, it happens frequently. It's not a daily occurrence, but we often get a lot of medical diverts for individuals that aren't feeling well, they're feeling nauseous, or something of that nature, and it's something the pilot deems, hey, we need to divert down into Denver. We've got a base there, we've got planes, we've got maintenance, we got people that can handle it. So
Yeah. Let me look at the docket real quick. See what.
Yep, no worries.
I'm gonna, because I have it in my Google Docs.
Perfect.
Forgot to pull it up before we started.
Yeah.
All right. So I was gonna see if we can like explain like the Denver airport like operations like day to day and all that. See, so people can know what they do.
Kind of a broad question there. I can sort of talk to my role as an airport ops manager at the airport, and what we do sort of as a daily routine. So my role is nominally as the airfield duty manager on the airport, the days that I am there and on shift. And I'm usually supported by two individuals that are my assistant airport ops managers. And what we do is um, we are there to respond to events like this. We will take command over fire, police, medics, and airlines in an event like this. We're fairly unusual in the industry for that. Just simply where ops takes command of the whole situation, and then we kind of keep a higher level or higher level view of what's happening on the entire airport. And for me, that's 26 years of being out there. It includes everything from I-70 in Pena all the way up to 120th and in Bowdoin. And so it's not as much. I still am aware of what happens landside, big crashes if there's anything on Pena, if we're in snow season. bad weather, inclement weather causes some road issues out there. But that is my bigger thing. So if we have an event like this, is we'll be advised by the tower, which is where you're going, that we or Tracon or center will let the tower know that, hey, we've got a divert coming in. It's this airplane. They've got a medical issue on board. It's an individual that's lost consciousness, we'll say, and they're 10 minutes out. Original routing was LA to Chicago. Here's the flight number, Bob's Airline, flight 123, and they'll be landing on runway 34 right. So, and then I get out there, and should the aircraft be able to land and then taxi to a gate, great. We're going to be there to support that aircraft the entire time. We will peel off all of our resources, but then we'll just follow that aircraft to the gate. But that's nominally what my job is out there to support these unusual events, or uh, what do they call it? The ops, the IROPS, irregular operations. And it could be an aircraft alert, could be an event, it could be a security event or something like that. But that's kind of what we're out there for. Obviously, we don't get those 24/7, 365. So the rest of the time, we're out there enforcing the rules and regulations of the airport. So speeding, um, driving where you're supposed to drive. If you drive where you're not supposed to drive, we have to go take care of all of that. We do a lot of interface with the airlines for their safety in and around the ramp area. We also inspect the airfield to maintain our Part 139 certification. So that's everything from the state of our concrete to the height of our grass to the wildlife we have out there. And like we just talked a second ago, the snow and ice program. Um, so yeah, and maintain security of the fence, perimeter security, all the other fun stuff that goes along with operating an airport to Part 139 specifications. That is our role. That is sort of our bread and butter. And then we try and stay out of the way of air traffic control as best we can. Um, so we just let the airport run, and we respond to those events that we need to respond to, and we just kind of take care of inspections when we're not responding to something.
Do you ever get to take the ops vehicles home? Or
No, the duty vehicles are specifically equipped. I mean, we have a lot of equipment in there. We have pyrotechnics, so we can haze and harass wildlife, coyotes, birds, eagles, stuff like that. But no, and there's no real need to bring that vehicle home. There's nothing in it that I need at home or any of that. And to be honest with you, I go to work, I hop in the truck, drive it around for my 10-hour shift, park it. Somebody else drives that truck for the next 10 hours of their shift, and so on and so forth. And it's an endless cycle. We put about 250 miles on each truck per day because we are a fairly large facility.
oh wow.
Yep.
I know you said something like they're doing like the runway,
Mhm.
like they're tearing up the one of the runways and redoing it. Which runway
Yep.
was that?
Every year at Denver, we schedule a long-term closure of one of our runways for rehab. And what that does is that helps us to preemptively, for the most part, um, keep that runway from becoming unusable during the rest of the year or for the next. And it's usually on a 6 to 7 year cycle that we do these things on. So without significant interruptions in the meantime, we do a runway rehab every year. This year it's runway 725, and it should be opening on Friday. And I think it closed in March. And we do everything. We pull all the cable out of the ground through the ductworks for the airfield lighting, so the runway center lines, edge lines, um, all the signs that you see on the side of the runway. They get new wire because sitting in those ducts, they can get wet and they can get corroded. And after about 6 or 7 years, they should be they are usually pretty good. But if there is some sort of failure in the sheathing of the cable, It can degrade the signal that gets sent to those lights and diminish the power that makes it to those lights. And that's where we come in and we have to do our lighting inspections and make sure the lights come on, or if there's actually a break in the circuit, whole circuits can be out of compliance or not working. And so that makes it a little tough for us to be a 139 airport and land airplanes on a runway that has no lights. So um, every 6 to 7 years, we'll close a runway for about 2 to 3 months, and we will break up concrete. Obviously, with Colorado's sort of extreme weather, the freeze thaw cycle. We just had a
Yeah.
class on this on Wednesday. Pavement. Um, it can lead to stresses in the concrete and or the manufacturing process of that concrete may not have been up to spec or something went wrong. Um, so we're able to replace concrete panels that are old, and we are getting to concrete lifespan issues. Um, have to remember this airport's about 30 years old, so that concrete's been in and around in there, or some of the concrete has been on the airfield for 30 plus years. So think about that. If your driveway is 30 years old, how many cracks or chunks are missing from it?
Because I know I've been seeing like pictures like from LaGuardia about like sinkholes and
Mhm.
the runway and all that.
Yep. So again, we are fairly fortunate. We're in Denver, so we have a stable, fairly stable base to build on. Mostly granite. We don't have a lot of limestone out here like you do in other areas where that limestone can be eroded away from water or we've had a couple of issues of, I mean, you hear about it, settling of dirt and compaction, and it
Mm-hmm.
does lead to some issues. We haven't had many out there at the airport, just simply because the way it was built and the standards it was built to were high enough that we're not running into that. But we also don't have sort of the water running under the airfield or being at sea level. We don't have sort of that permeation of water throughout our whole airfield.
Yeah. Let's get on to the next topic.
Perfect.
I just wanted to share with you guys. I have a new logo that I'm gonna be debuting for the channel in the near future. Let me get it pulled up.
Nice. Super
Uh,
excited about this. Looks really neat.
yes, it looks really neat. Go to my. So this is the logo that. Sorry about my desktop, guys.
Ah,
So this is the logo that I'm gonna be debuting on the channel in the near future. Yeah, I'm gonna give I'm giving credit to Samuel. He Aviation Bros, he made the tower for me, so and
looks pretty cool.
it does. And I like there's a beacon up the on top of it because it makes it really interesting.
Yep.
So all right.
So Tyler, maybe you can elaborate for me is why did you choose Tower Talk?
Um the reason I chose Tower Talk is because I'm doing this in I'm working on becoming an air traffic controller in
Oh, nice.
college right now, and I want to share my experiences from college and all that. So
Where are you going to school?
I'm going to school at Metropolitan State University of Denver.
Nice. For air traffic control.
Yep.
Excellent. How many years you been there?
This is my be doing my second semester, so
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna be still a freshman. So
Yeah. Once you're in, you're in. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause
Excellent. How you like it? How
cause I
you
know
liking it?
you. It's really good. I mean, I know
Nice.
you told me you used to go there in the like back in the day.
Ha.
You told me.
In the 90s, I went to Metropolitan State College of Denver, Metro. Yep. For
It's
professional
been a
pilot.
it's been a good college so far.
Yep.
I'm liking
I,
it.
I, and to be honest with you, I think going to Metro it's a great experience. I went to a couple of different colleges before I ended up at Metro, but Metro is a little more focused on your learning, and I'm glad you're
Mhm.
going there for air traffic control. Back in the day, well, back when I was there, it was one of the only flight schools that you could go to where they offered a professional pilot degree. So yeah, it's a great school. It's got a great legacy of aviation. So definitely, definitely do what you can to learn what you can while you were there. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Metro's a great school.
I'm looking up like when they added their like collegiate training initiative for like the air traffic control.
Copy. I am not sure. I know back when I went there, it was a uh, aviation technology um, degree.
Okay, so MSU Denver officially integrated its Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative ATCTI concentration into the aviation technology now aviation and aerospace science degree program by 2012. So
Yep, there you go.
they're I heard something like they're trying to get it to like like they're gonna probably get it to the enhanced.
Okay,
That's what they told me, but I don't know when that'll be.
and it's just certification. So whatever the school needs to do to get that, I have every confidence that they'll be able to attain an enhanced training program.
Hmm.
Um, so it's kind of when I went there, they were just completing the World Flight Training Center. So we had a few simulators. We didn't have any full motion simulators or anything like that. A couple of old Cessna type cockpits with no displays. It was literally just the instruments. And they had a couple folks that were able to go in and talk air traffic control there as well. Now I know they've got a whole lab for ATC,
Yes, they do.
a whole ATC simulator. So how many times have you been in there? What do you think of that?
I've never been in there yet.
No?
I am actually taking this class. I'm trying to think of what it is. Um,
Basic air traffic control?
yeah, I'm taking that.
Yep.
There's a certain term for it. Let me just pull it up on my.
Yep.
There's
Definitely excited for you for that.
yeah.
There is so much more technology out there and available for schools to use at so much lower cost than it used to be. So being able to pull up an old radar scope or a graphical representation of an old radar scope, um, what used to take millions of dollars back in the day is now hundreds of bucks for a license.
I'm looking at what the class is called, but oh,
Copy?
I'm taking fundamentals of air traffic control. That's what I'm
Yep. Fundamentals of air
taking.
traffic, ATC.
That's what I'm taking for fall semester. I'm
Nice.
taking the flight sim class too. So
Okay. Flight sim class will be fun. Um, Yeah, you'll learn to follow your needles and, well, shoot, I don't know. Everything's got a Garmin in it now.
yeah,
Back in the day, it was all analog, steam gauges.
yep, that's
Uh,
true.
but
The sims look really nice, if I'm having to admit,
yeah, no,
like the
they've
flight
always been
sims.
great. The flight sims down there have been great. I mean, you and this is just me speaking, but if you learn to fly using analog instruments and steam gauges and then integrate some of the GPS, the Garmin's into your training, learning on the analog gauges, you're going to learn a lot from that. It's a great basis for how to fly, especially VFR to instrument flight rules, so visual flight rules to instrument flight rules. It's a it's great learning to be done. So keep on learning, pal. Keep on going to school. Keep on getting all the info you can. What do I always tell you? Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yep.
At first,
Me.
at first I wanted to go to like the University of North Dakota up there,
Yep.
but I figured out it would be too far and expensive for like out of state.
And to be honest with you, they're both very comparable schools. They're both very comparable programs. So if you've got it and you're here in state and you can get in-state tuition, perfect. It's awesome.
Because the
That makes it even better.
in-state tuition's not even, it doesn't cost a lot. It's
Nope. About a quarter what you would pay if you went out of state.
yeah, and I like that the VA, they can pay for my college, my tuition,
Yep.
and that because my dad was in the military. And that's
There you go.
because I have that luxury of the VA paying for all this stuff for me.
Yep. Work on scholarships. Keep an eye on those. I mean, that's probably what you're working on is a VA scholarship and going to school for air traffic control. It's awesome. Housing and stuff like that. And here in a couple of years, you'll be out of the dorm world. You'll be living on your own out there.
Yep. What's up, Cindy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing good, and welcome, Tucker Flies. How's it going?
Perfect.
All right. Let's look at the pictures, shall we?
We can.
Videos.
Any questions from Cindy or Tucker yet?
They just said what's up and all that.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Which one are we looking at first, Tyler?
We can look at the Disney one.
Okay.
If I need to, I can replay it for us.
It's the Pixar, not Disney.
Or it's the Pixar one. Oh, let me share my screen. That'd be helpful. Hold on.
There you go.
All right.
There we go. Yeah. So yeah, this was the other day. Alaska Airlines Pixar Pier with Toy Story 5, is it? Toy Story 5 is out now. That airplane came through Denver. It was kind of cool. It's cool seeing some of the unique liveries we have out there that the different airlines fly.
Mm-hmm. I like the Alaska one. That's really good how they did it. Is that like a 800 or is that a 900 on it, or 900 livery?
I would have to. I think it's a 9, but I am not 100% sure on that. Let me double check for you. And that is a 737-800.
Ooh. I wonder if J Aviation will make that livery ever.
I think it might actually be out there, but I'm not sure. We can definitely check that out. So, what is your all-time favorite livery?
I would say probably like the Southwest liveries mostly.
Okay.
Then I have some Alaska liveries I like.
Yep.
Hey Spikefly, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. I don't see a Pixar Pier for November 537 Alpha Sierra.
Sorry if there's like a lot of light in my room, guys. I'm near like a window and it's not covered by anything, so
Nah, you're fine.
That's why I look like a marshmallow right here. All right, let's do the second one. I think
Copy.
this is the. I don't know if this is the Sun Country one.
Same general location. Have a
This
good
is
little spot
the.
there. Right about the time that RJ touches down should be the nose of the airplane. Oh yeah, American Airlines 250 logo.
Ooh, that looks so nice.
It does.
They need
Um,
to. They need to put some of these liveries on Flight Sim TO. That would actually be great.
yeah, it's that week. They should have it up this week if they're gonna do it.
I do have one question for you. What do you
Yes,
think
sir.
of the What do you think of the United 250 livery?
The United 250 livery. I
Or I
cannot,
think
or their 100-year.
I can pull it up for us real quick, and I can send a
Yep.
picture on my other screen for us.
Oh, oh yeah. It's interesting. I think other airlines have done it better. The Southwest, either Freedom One or Independence One, are both beautiful airplanes.
Here, I can post this in here. Actually, hold on. Saved to my photos. I can get that uploaded.
There we go. Yep.
Like I don't know what to think on this livery. I mean, it looks kind of good, but it kind of gives me like the JetBlue vibes a little. A
Yeah,
little.
it does. It, yeah. No, it's uh, United has been um, fairly normal with their sort of special paint themes. Um, so even their 100 year is fairly minimal. It just says 100 on it. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
250. But one of the things that would have been nice there is there's sort of that established 250 that you saw on the back of that American.
Mhm.
Don't see on this airplane at all. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yep.
it's also nice they put it on a bigger airplane too than just the
Yeah.
7.3.
I think they put it on like one of their the 800 or 900 is what I'm guessing. Or
Did I see that they're also putting it on like a 787?
uh, I did not see that.
I think they put it on 2 airplanes. So um,
Oh wow.
let's see, 787-10 and a 738.
Oh.
Yep. So if you look it up, you'll see. Let's see if it's been out. If it is, I don't know if it should be out of the hangar now. So I think it is flying the 787-10, but we wouldn't see that out here. I don't think they bring a lot of 787-10s into Denver.
Yeah, I've never. I don't think I've never seen a 787-10 go into Denver or anything.
Yep.
I'm gonna do the fighter jet one next.
Copy.
So, where? What day was this again? When you took this on, or
So this one was actually taken by the airport photographer. His name is Peter Barta. He's a great guy. Obviously, you got some great colors on that airplane, but it was 2 weeks ago, Thursday, he got this. This was an F-15C that was departing out of Denver, and it was leaving off, looks like runway 34 right. But yeah, United did a Veterans Day at their hangar. Um, we were fortunate to be able to. We hosted 3 F-15Cs from the Bayou Militia down out of New Orleans. We had a KC-135. We had a helicopter. We had a C-130, and they were all brought in for a whole day. So they came in on Tuesday night. Wednesday was the big event they had. They came in on Wednesday night, had the big event on Thursday in their hangar, and employees and their friends and families were able to go up to the hangar, gain access to the hangar and the secure area to walk around. And it supports the veterans that they have that currently work at United. Like the C-130 crew was out of Vegas. I think most of the guys there pilot 787s, and they fly in and out of Denver all the time. But yeah, just sort of show their appreciation for the veterans, by the veterans that are currently working at United. And yeah, just had a great little luncheon, walk around, sort of a little, no air show or anything like that, but just sort of a little walk around, static displays of the aircraft. So we had the 3 F-15s. One had to leave the day of the show early in the morning, and then the other 2 left the day after the event in the hangar, as well as the KC-135 and the other aircraft that were there. So
They're doing like they're doing what's it called? They're doing they're doing like an air show in August here in the Springs.
oh yeah, yep, the Rocky Mountain Air Show or something like that.
I forgot what it's called in there.
Yeah,
I
no, it
think
should be cool.
Yeah, but I'm
The
gonna
tough
miss
part.
it though. That's the thing.
Oh, you're gonna be up at school.
Yeah, cause
Ah.
I start August 17th back at college, so
Well, it's a weekend. Maybe you can head back down there and catch a day of it. The other fun part is air shows are kind of thin this year. Obviously, um, with them being deployed or not necessarily being in the States, um, might be a little tough to get some demonstration teams together. And obviously, we have the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds. They're constantly, but they could be called at any time.
mhm.
So it should be cool.
All right, let's move on to the other video that we have.
There's your Sun Country. So we were talking a little earlier how I got my channel start and name, and it was because I was a contract ramp worker at the Denver airport when it opened. So I helped move from the old Stapleton Airport to the new Denver International Airport. And one of the airlines that we did ramp work for was Sun Country. And I remember seeing that logo right there, or a very similar one to it, on 727s for that's how we handled. So they were generally flights out to from Minneapolis to Denver, Denver to Minneapolis, Denver to Vegas, and Vegas back to Denver. So, but saw a very similar retro livery on a bunch of Sun Countries back in the day.
Yep, I kind of like that retro Sun Country livery. It looks really nice.
It is. I'm really grooving on a lot of the retro liveries. I don't know if you watch on my stream. I generally try and fly a retro livery. Like the overnight flight last night was the retro Cathay Pacific, and I've got a really cool retro South African Airlines, Air New Zealand. Got a bunch of them. If it's a new plane with kind of the retro paint on it, I'm all over it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Flyby Mo? Welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Fly by Mo, what's going on, man?
You know, I actually kind of wish they could make that Sun Country retro livery for the sim. That would actually be nice.
You'd be surprised. There's a couple of developer livery designers out there that are really into the Sun Country. So the other one is the Gopher, the maroon and yellow airplane. That's kind of a cool one. I think I have a copy of that or a video of that. It came into Denver.
Because I know they have like the orange livery now, like the
The
one
orange
with
and
the
blue.
orange nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
they
Sun
got
Country also.
they
Go ahead.
also got bought out, or they bought Allegiant or something, or I don't know.
I can't remember which way it went, but yeah, I think they bought Allegiant.
I can hold on. If I need to, I can
Look it up.
real quick.
But that's the other fun one. While you're looking that up, is Sun Country also has the contract to fly for Prime Air. So they have a bunch of 737s painted up in Prime flight livery. So the Amazon delivery plane is a Sun Country if it's a 737.
Oh, Allegiant bought Sun Country. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, like to all their like airplanes, like with all the 737-800s. That would be like interesting to.
We'll wait and see.
Mhm.
There's definitely, I mean, Sun Country has its network and they have their pilots, and they'll probably combine the fleets for a while because they do have a lot of fleet management that they have to do with that merger.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So what is this picture right here? Or
So that was just it's kind of funny because for the last probably 20 years of my career out there, I've worked swing shift. So I go in afternoon and leave at night, and I can't say that I've ever seen a sunrise. But this is a good sunset. I get all the good sunset photos. That is the ramp tower over the Bravo concourse at Denver Airport. And you'll see the other photo there I have is of the FAA Air Traffic Control Tower. But yeah, just some sunset photos. This one so happens to be Captain Jack texted me. He's like, "Hey man, you getting hit with all these storms out there?" I'm like, "No." Snapped a couple of these photos, sent them off to him, and probably about half hour later, I started getting hammered with hail and severe rain for 45 minutes or so.
that's
Like,
that's
curses, Jack.
that's I don't know. I I uh, I think that was a coincidence that you guys got hailed on that day, or you guys got hailed that
No,
day.
it's this was just last week. That's when that photo was taken, and it's just that time of year.
Mhm.
The way the weather works around Denver, if you know Denver, it's the afternoon thunderstorms
Is that grass growing through the
through
cement?
the cracks of the asphalt. It is.
Oh,
That's just off the taxiway. So this is on the uh, south side of um, Alpha November. Um, so right there, just short of 3 Echo, just inside 3 Echo, kind of where they park remain overnight aircraft or RON aircraft.
okay. That is interesting.
We do what we can, but that's the biggest problem. We were talking earlier about rehabbing runways is you have those things. So joint seal comes out, dirt and debris gets down in there, as well as organic matter, grasses, weeds, and then it grows, and that water actually gets in there, and water when it freezes expands and then cracks the concrete, and it creates all kinds of havoc.
Yep. And let's look at the last picture.
There you go.
You see, I think this one's the best
Yeah,
with the tower in the background.
yeah. That's the FAA tower. It's the tower cab's 327 feet up to the where the tower controllers are, so they can look on the entire airfield. They can pretty much see almost anything on the airport within our fence line. You got a couple Southwest airplanes, so this is on the east end of C Concourse. I am taking this photo from taxiway Lima, looking westbound. Very top of that tower is the ASD radar, so that's our airport surface detection equipment. So it reads all the aircraft on the ground. You've got California One Southwest Special Livery right there in the foreground. You also have a Key Lime RJ sitting right there, or Denver Air Connection RJ sitting there in the all black. So
Just got a quick question, real quick.
yes, sir.
Is it possible I can use this as my phone wallpaper?
If you want, go for it.
Okay, thanks. Because I've been needing to update mine a
Yep.
little,
No worries.
and I think this picture would look good with the like FAA tower in the background.
Yep.
So does the FAA tower have lights on it, like when it lights up, or
No. We went through a little process to try and light it up, something like you would see in um
like in Atlanta? Because I know they
yep,
had those lights on the tower.
yep, or your Edinburgh or Glasgow. Who's the other one? Dublin, I think, might light them up. But we have a little bit of trouble lighting things vertically here because you obviously don't want to run all kinds of power up to the top and shine the lights down so that pilots get blinded by it. So you generally want to put it on the ground and shine it up to the surface that it's on. But then it gets covered in snow because you got to, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you got to maintain that. So there's a lot of different variables in trying to light something like that. We're just not in a environment where that would be a very viable way of lighting the tower.
How many people are usually in there, like working?
In the tower, minimum that they have up there will be 3 or 4. You'll have a supervisor, and then on very low traffic times, you'll have 2 or 3 controllers.
Hmm.
When they're busy, if we're in a big snow event, we'll divide the airport into a number of different east and west. So then you'll have east tower, west tower, east ground, west ground. You'll have your clearance delivery. And if somebody's in training, which it seems like um, people are, there's a lot of people learning the Denver tower sectors and roles and responsibilities. So you could have upwards of 10 to 15 people in that tower cab at a time.
10 to 15 people in the tower cab?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be like cramped, I'm guessing, or?
It's not too bad. So you probably have 3 people on each corner. So there's 12. Then you have like a supervisor desk and traffic manager desk, and you also have a clearance delivery desk. So
There's a supervisor desk?
yeah, or supervisor position. It's not necessarily a desk, but
Oh,
it's a position that they have what they need to manage the tower, manage the controllers. There's strict requirements for how long a controller can be on frequency and then on break and then come back from their break and on frequency. So yeah, they have different computers that they use as the supervisor or the traffic manager. They have phones that they use to communicate to the Tracon or the center, depending on who's making the call or what they're trying to do.
that is actually nice to know.
Yep, but that would be an extremely busy period of time, probably during snow and with training going on. So, for the most part, you're looking maybe uh, 8 to 10 people up there,
Oh,
and
wow.
then there's folks downstairs that are on break, and they cycle through pretty efficiently.
So when they're doing like ground, when they have ground online, are they like are they like in the tower cab as well, the ground
Yep,
people?
if they're controlling, they will be from the tower cab. So it's not like anything in the FAA tower is done quote remotely. Um, so yeah, they're in the cab. They're visually confirming that who they're talking to is where they're supposed to be, and giving them guidance to where they need to go, whether that's the runway or an entrance into the ramp.
Because
Now,
I know there's been like some incidents where ATC can be yelling at you and saying where you're at and
Mhm.
so
and we'll have that at Denver. So if we have the airfield split in two, so east and west side, an airplane might call saying they're at 3 Whiskey, um, requesting taxi, and this is all hypothetical. But they're actually on east side ground frequency, and the controller will be like, "Where are you at?" Because they're on the east side, they're looking east, and the airplane's at 3 Whiskey. And they're like, and you'll hear them say, "I'm at 3 Whiskey with information Tango ready to taxi." And the controller's like, "What? Where are you? I don't see you anywhere." And then it drops it. "Oh, you're at 3 Whiskey? Okay, contact West Side Ground 21.35. Ah, okay. Because they came in on the east side.
oh, okay.
Radios are just set.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Because I have this like ATC app called ATC,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm listening to like Atlanta Tower, and I hear
Yep.
like the planes, like some planes like up high in the sky, they call center, and they're on the tower frequency
Yep.
for some reason. I don't
Excuse
know
me.
if I don't know if they put that in by mistake or
Well, and that's excuse me. That's what happens here a lot is um, you go through your radios. You've got clearance delivery, then you talk to ramp for pushback, and ramp turns you over to ground. Ground turns you over to tower. Tower turns you over to pro or departure. Departure turns you over to center. That's the way it goes, right? So as you're fumbling through all those buttons and everything, swapping frequencies, sometimes you might just you set in the next frequency and then you forget to hit the swap button and boom, or somebody else hits the swap button on your radio and then you hit it again, boom, you're back talking to tower or the last frequency you were on.
will pilots get reprimanded for doing that or
No, it's a simple mistake.
Hmm.
There's a lot of safeguards built into the departure procedures and the way people fly. Um, so yeah, being able to, I mean, it's in once you are established with a controller, once you are tagged up, um, yeah, you definitely need to be listening to them and follow their instructions. But in that handoff period, when you're going from tower to departure, you got a few seconds there. Obviously, you can't just click over and just start talking because your radio's there. Might be stepping on somebody else that's getting different instructions, and now you've prevented them from making their call. So
yeah.
there's a little grace period there when you're swapping frequencies.
Yeah. Because like when the pilots call into Atlanta Center and they say they're at flight level 370,
Mhm,
you can hear it like on the ATC app, like when I'm on the tower frequency, and you can hear
mhm.
them talking to center, and it's like, did they go to the wrong channel? And then sometimes I think they're talking to themselves, but I don't know.
Yeah, and and that's one of the fail safes as a pilot is you just swap those frequencies and you don't immediately start dialing up the next frequency. You give it a second to make sure that you establish contact with that next control, um, and then you go on and change the frequency. So if it happens, so say you're flying along and you're told to talk on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, you're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they say, okay, go to 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you inadvertently put in 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Um, you swap over. You're like, "Hey, I'm here." They're like, "Nothing. It's crickets." Swap back over and say, "Hey, what was that frequency?" "Oh, 2, 8." Okay, now you have a chance to make that correction and re-engage over on the other side.
Is very nice to know.
Yep.
All right. So our last thing we do, or I want to do, is we're gonna listen to some ATC audio before we
Okay.
end the stream, because I don't know if it'll come through my phone though, but I'm just gonna see. All right, what would you prefer to listen to? Should we listen to Denver or Salt Lake City?
Either or.
Okay.
What are you hoping to get? Just listening to the air traffic controller or what?
Yep. Let me turn it up then. Can you hear it? Or
Not yet.
no?
No, there you go.
Okay. It takes a while to
Mhm.
come through the phone.
American 1757, runway 17 left, top at 9er, clear for takeoff. RNAV to Raider. Clear for takeoff, 17 left, top at 9er, RNAV to Raider. American 1757. United 1013, runway 17 right, clear for takeoff. RNAV to Go Rock. 17 right, clear for takeoff. RNAV Go Rock. United 1013. Delta 2148, connect departure. Good day, Delta 2148.
I guess they're using.
Delta 1892, Denver Tower, runway 17 left, line of way. 17 left, line of way, southwest.
I guess they're using 17 right and 17 left for departures.
Yep. So we kind of talked a little bit about some of the closures out there. Foxtrot or Golf is closed now at a couple of key locations on the West Airfield. So we're probably landing the 16s. So we're in what's called a south flow. So we're landing the 16s, departing the 17s. I will take a look at the winds. I'd anticipate we're relatively calm. Current winds 190 at 16 knots, gusting to 24. So yeah, so pretty much straight to the south. Probably not using 826 right now. So yeah. Remember, the big priority for air traffic control is to get the aircraft that are airborne on the ground, because we can slow things down with the aircraft that are already on the ground. We can sequence them out pretty good. But with aircraft that are airborne inventory, we want to get them on the ground as quick as possible, as safely as possible. So we can see where we're trips south is what it's called, and we'll be landing 16 right, 16 left, and 17 right, and then just departing on runway 17 left. So we have a closure over on Golf, which really kind of restricts bringing aircraft out and in at the same time. There's one taxiway on the south side of B, one taxiway on the north side of B for airplanes to come in and out on the west side, instead of the normal two, one for departure, one for arrival. But right now, seems like we're handling it. We got 2 arrival runways in the 16s, 2 departure runways with the 17s, and sounds good.
All
Any
right.
questions about what you heard there? Or?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. I don't know what happened.
Any questions from anybody in the comments there or the chat?
No, not really. Okay, why is it? Okay, sorry. Something popped up on my screen for some reason. I don't know what it was. But I guess we can end it there. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today to the podcast. We hope to see you guys next time. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next frequency.
Thanks for having me, Tyler.
You're welcome.